Welcome back to the channel Liberty Coin Value. Have you ever thought that a single penny could change your life? Just one coppery coin hiding in your change jar wallet, or even lost in a drawer, could be worth hundreds of dollars today. And not just any penny, we're talking about the 1983 D Lincoln cent, an ultra-rare, incredibly valuable piece that has stunned collectors across the world. Yes, a coin that most people overlook, a coin minted in Denver in 1983 with a face value of just 1 cent, now making headlines in the coin collecting world for being worth more than $670 today, and the value keeps rising. So sit back and buckle up, because today we're diving deep into the history, mystery, and money behind the 1983 D Ultra Lincoln penny. Welcome back to your #1 channel for discovering the most fascinating, rare, and valuable coins from United States history. If you're a collector, a history lover, or just curious about the treasure hiding in your pocket, make sure to hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you never miss a story like this one. Alright, let's get into the remarkable story of the 1983 D Lincoln penny, the 1 cent coin that could be your unexpected gold mine. To understand the true value of the 1983 D Lincoln cent, we need to go back in time all the way to 1909. That was the year the United States Mint introduced the very first Lincoln cent, designed by Victor David Brenner. It marked the first time a real person, Abraham Lincoln, appeared on a circulating American coin. Now fast forward to the early 1980s. The U.S. economy was going through changes and the cost of materials was rising. Up until 1982, most pennies were made of 95% copper. But that year the U.S. Mint made a huge decision to switch the composition of pennies to a cheaper material, 97.5% zinc with a thin copper coating. This change dramatically impacted coin production. And it's exactly where the story of the 1983 D penny gets interesting. The 1983 D Lincoln cent was minted in Denver, as shown by the small D mint mark under the date. Over 6.4 billion of these pennies were produced. So you might be thinking, if billions of these coins exist, why is one worth hundreds of dollars today? Here's the twist: in the transition years from copper to zinc planchets, the U.S. Mint sometimes made accidental errors. Coins meant to be made of zinc were struck on older copper planchets. And in the case of 1983 D, some examples were double-die varieties, meaning the image on the coin was struck twice due to a misalignment during minting. Even though 6 billion pennies were minted, only a few ultra-rare error coins exist, and those are the ones that make headlines. One particular 1983 D Lincoln cent made of copper instead of zinc was discovered an incredibly rare mistake. Since by 1983 the U.S. Mint was only supposed to be striking pennies on zinc planchets. That coin was authenticated by experts and sold for a small fortune. Now let's break down why some 1983 D Lincoln pennies are worth so much money today. Composition error: as we just mentioned, the U.S. Mint had fully transitioned to zinc in 1983. But a few leftover copper planchets got mixed into the production process. If you find a 1983 D Lincoln cent weighing around 3.1 grams, instead of the usual 2.5 grams, you might have struck gold, or rather copper double-die varieties. Some 1983 D pennies have noticeable doubling, especially in the Liberty inscription and the date. These double-die errors are extremely collectible condition. If you have a 1983 D Lincoln cent in mint state MS65 or higher condition, the value increases significantly. Coins with sharp details, no scratches, and full luster are highly sought after. Collector demand: Lincoln cents are one of the most collected coins in the world. Any unique variation, especially from a major mint like Denver, attracts attention from coin enthusiasts and serious investors. Now let's talk money. The current market value for an average circulated 1983 D Lincoln cent is just 1 cent. But if you own a rare error variety or one in uncirculated condition, you're looking at a market value of up to $670, sometimes even more at auction. In fact, one 1983 D Lincoln cent struck on a bronze planchet sold at auction for over $15,000. Collectors on platforms like eBay, Heritage Auctions, and great collections have paid hundreds and even thousands of dollars for high-grade or error 1983 D pennies. The demand continues to rise as more people become aware of the rarity and historical significance. So before you dismiss that jar of change in your kitchen, it's worth checking. You might be sitting on a rare treasure that could bring you a fortune. Here's how you can identify whether your 1983 D Lincoln cent is worth money. Weigh it with a digital scale. A copper penny weighs around 3.1 grams, while a regular zinc penny weighs 2.5 grams. Check for doubling. Use a magnifying glass or coin loop to inspect the words Liberty, Indiana, God We Trust, and the date. 1983. For any doubling, Look for mint errors, off-center strikes, die cracks, clipped planchets, and reverse doubling can all increase value. Assess the condition. The higher the grade, the higher the value. Coins graded MS65 Plus by professional services like PCGS or NGC are especially desirable. The 1983D Ultra Lincoln Cent is a perfect example of why coin collecting is more than just a hobby. It's a journey into history, mystery, and sometimes, money. Even the most ordinary-looking penny could hold a secret. Whether you're a lifelong collector or just getting started, the 1983D penny is a must-watch, must-hunt coin that could add serious value to your collection. So next time you're handling spare change or rolling up coins for the bank, keep your eyes peeled. You never know when you'll find that one ultra-rare 1983D Lincoln Cent hiding right in plain sight. Thanks for watching this deep dive into one of the most surprising and valuable pennies in U.S. history. If you learned something new or feel inspired to go coin hunting, give this video a thumbs up, share it with your friends, and subscribe to Numismatics Coins History for more amazing discoveries from the world of coins. And remember, every coin has a story. Some are worth cents, others are worth hundreds. This was the story of the 1983D Lincoln penny. Your pocket change could be your payday. See you in the next video, and happy coin hunting. Today we're about to dive deep into a coin that might just be sitting in your pocket change right now, and guess what? It could be worth more than gold. We're talking about the 1979D Lincoln Cent, not just any penny but an ultra-rare version that could be worth an earth-shattering $560 million. Yes, you heard that right. One single cent, potentially worth over $500 million. Stay tuned as we uncover the story behind this incredible coin, its fascinating origins, the rare features that make it valuable, and how you could be holding a fortune in your hands. So hit that like button, subscribe if you haven't already, and let's jump into this exciting journey through American coin history. Let's rewind the clock to the early 20th century. The Lincoln Cent made its debut in 1909 to celebrate the 100th birthday of President Abraham Lincoln, making it the first U.S. coin to feature a real person's face. It was designed by Victor David Brenner, and the obverse or front side proudly displays Lincoln's iconic portrait. This was a monumental shift in American coinage, representing respect for a leader who shaped the nation. Fast forward to 1979, a time of economic uncertainty, global changes, and technological advancement. The U.S. Mint was busy producing billions of coins. But among the ocean of copper-colored cents, something truly extraordinary happened in Denver, Colorado. That's where the 1979D Ultra Lincoln Cent was born, a coin that would later become one of the most mysterious and potentially priceless pennies in numismatic history. Now, let's talk about why this coin is no ordinary penny. The Denver Mint produced over 4.1 billion Lincoln Cents in 1979. Most of these coins are common everyday cents you'd find in your spare change. But within that massive mintage, collectors have identified a hyper-rare version, what some experts call the Ultra 1979D Lincoln Cent. This rare variety is believed to have ultra-sharp details, a perfectly struck mint mark, and anomalies in the die design that separate it from the standard coins. Some of the known or rumored rare traits include doubled die obverse, where Lincoln's features, date, or inscriptions are visibly doubled under magnification, off-center strike or broad strike errors, misplaced mint mark or repunched mint mark, high-grade condition with no wear, mint luster, and flawless surfaces, often referred to as MS68 or higher in grading terms. And here's the twist: only a few examples of these ultra-rare varieties have ever been seen, and most of them are in the hands of elite collectors. That's what gives this coin its mind-blowing value. Now, let's get to the big question: how could a penny possibly be worth $560 million? Let me explain. In the numismatic world, rarity isn't the only thing that creates value. There are four key pillars. The 1979D Lincoln Cent checks all the boxes. Its story has stirred up global attention in recent years, especially after a rumored private auction allegedly saw one specimen of the coin reach a price tag of $560 million. Yes, that number is still debated, but several experts suggest that in the right conditions, especially with a verified mint error, ultra-grade, and authenticated provenance, the coin could break all records. Imagine being the lucky person who finds this copper-colored treasure in an old jar or a forgotten roll of pennies from grandma's attic. This coin isn't just rare, it's a legend. You might be wondering, how do I know if I have the right one? Great question. Here are some features to look for. Look at the D mint mark. Is it repunched, misaligned, or unusually shaped? That could be a key sign. Examine the date. Any doubling, unusual spacing, or thickness in the numerals could point to a doubled die. Check the coin's edges. If the strike is off-center or if the rim is too wide on one side, that could indicate an error coin. Surface and shine. Does it still have that fresh coppery mint glow? If it's in mint condition, especially uncirculated, get it graded. Professional grading is key. If you think you have a rare version, send it to a reputable grading service like PCGS or NGC. A high-grade certification can skyrocket its value. Right now, the collector's market is hot. Coins that were once overlooked are now fetching insane prices. With the rise of digital auctions and wealthy investors entering the coin game, prices are soaring like never before. The regular 1979 Lincoln cent in circulated condition might only be worth 1 cent to a few dollars. But in an ultra-rare mint error or unknown variety that could easily enter 6 or even 7 figures, the legendary $560 million valuation might seem like a stretch, but if authenticated, unique, and tied to historical context, anything is possible in today's market. Just remember, condition is everything. A simple fingerprint can bring your coin's value down, so always handle your coins with care. So, there you have it, the unbelievable story of the 1979 Ultra Lincoln cent. A tiny coin with a huge story and the potential to make someone incredibly rich. Could you be the one to find it? Maybe it's tucked inside an old piggy bank, a forgotten coin roll, or passed down through generations. Start checking your change, visit local coin shows, and connect with other collectors online. You never know when lightning will strike, and hey, if you do find one, don't forget who told you first. Like this video if you enjoyed learning about rare coins, comment below if you've ever found a rare penny or have questions about coin collecting. Subscribe for more stories, secrets, and shocking values from the world of American currency. This is signing off, reminding you that history isn't just written in books, sometimes it's hiding in your pocket. See you in the next one, coin family. Keep collecting, keep hunting, and who knows, your next penny might just be worth. We're diving into the incredible world of modern pennies that are quietly making noise in the coin collecting market. You might be thinking, it's just a penny, how much could it be worth? But hold on to your hats, because today's star, the 2060 Lincoln cent, also known by some collectors as the Ultra Lincoln penny, is more than just pocket change. It could be your hidden treasure. This seemingly ordinary copper-plated zinc coin, minted in Denver in 2006, has surprised collectors by surfacing in auctions and sales for as high as $80. Yes, you heard that right, $80 for a 1 cent coin minted less than 20 years ago. But what makes it so valuable? Let's dive deep into its history, what makes it special, and how you can check your own pocket change to see if you're sitting on a small fortune. To understand the 2060 Ultra Lincoln cent, we need to briefly revisit the legacy of the Lincoln cent itself. First introduced in 1909 to celebrate the centennial of President Abraham Lincoln's birth, the Lincoln penny has become the longest-running coin design in United States mint history. For nearly a century, the image of Honest Abe has graced the front of the penny, serving as both a tribute to one of America's greatest presidents and a staple in the hands of millions of Americans every single day. Now, fast forward to 2006. The United States Mint in Denver produced millions of Lincoln cents that year. But among the sea of common coins, a few stood out. These special coins had extraordinary qualities, coins that collectors now refer to as Ultra Lincoln pennies. What's so special about these 2060 cents? Here's where the mystery deepens. While the coin is made of the usual copper-plated zinc composition weighing 2.5 grams, some examples have caught the attention of collectors for their unusual mint condition, sharp strike details, and in some cases, rare mint errors. That's right, in the world of coin collecting, it's often the flaws that bring the fortune. Some 2060 Lincoln cents have been discovered with off-center strikes, double die obverse, and highly reflective surfaces that resemble proof-like finishes. These qualities are not typical for standard business strike coins, and when found, they stand out dramatically. In fact, certain examples of these Ultra Lincoln pennies have been submitted to grading companies like PCGS and NGC and have received high grades, some even achieving mint state 68 or higher. The higher the grade, the more desirable the coin becomes. When coins get grades that high, especially in a modern issue like this, the market goes wild. So, how do these coins end up being worth $80 or more? Let's break it down. The average 2060 Lincoln cent in circulated condition is worth its face value. But if you happen to find one in uncirculated condition, particularly with no scratches, bag marks, or wear, you could be looking at a coin worth $10 to $20 easily. But here's where things really heat up. If you find a 2060 cent with full red luster-strong strike from fresh dies, no visible flaws or an unusual error like a die clash, double die, or off-center strike, then that coin can easily fetch $50, $60, or even $80 in today's collector market. Some coin dealers have even listed pristine examples for over $100, especially when slabbed in top grades. The demand for modern rarities is increasing. Young collectors, new investors, and experienced numismatists are all competing for coins that combine accessibility with uniqueness. The 2006 D Ultra Lincoln Cent is part of this trend. Let's also not forget the emotional and historical connection. Many people born in 2006, or with loved ones born that year, want to collect something special from their birth year. That alone fuels additional interest in these coins. Now you might be wondering, how do I check if I have one of these gems? Here's a quick guide. Step 1. Pull out your change jar or penny rolls from the bank and start looking for 2060 coins. Step 2. Under a bright light, check for that sharp strike, bold details in Lincoln's hair, and that distinctive D-min mark. Step 3. Look closely for any doubling in the date or lettering. That could be a double die, which instantly boosts its value. Step 4. Weigh the coin. A normal 2060 Lincoln Cent should weigh around 2.5 grams. Anything significantly off might be an error, coin struck on the wrong planchet. Step 5. If you think you have a winner, get it graded. Professional grading will confirm its authenticity, quality, and value. And in the world of numismatics, slabbed coins sell much faster and higher. Now let's talk about the current market in 2025. The coin market is experiencing a wave of renewed interest in small denomination coins. With rising prices for silver and gold, collectors are shifting focus to rare and valuable copper and zinc cents. As a result, modern varieties like the 2060 Ultra Lincoln Penny are gaining momentum as of this month. Multiple online listings have shown these coins selling between $30 to $80, with high-grade examples commanding premium prices. Coin shows and dealers are also taking note, so don't be surprised if you see a 2060 Lincoln Cent behind glass in a coin shop with a $50 tag on it.so. The next time you're holding a penny in your hand, don't just toss it aside. That little coin might be holding a story, a mistake from the mint, a historical trace of Lincoln's legacy, and yes, maybe even $80. Imagine turning a simple coin you found in your drawer into a conversation piece, a collector's item, or even a small fortune. The world of coins is full of surprises, and the 2060 Lincoln Cent is a prime example of that. Before we wrap up, here's a collector's tip: start organizing your modern pennies now. Get yourself some coin folders, a magnifier, and a scale. Because the next big discovery could be waiting right in your loose change. And who knows, maybe that 2060 penny you overlooked last week could be your ticket to a lucky payday. If you enjoyed this video and want to see more deep dives into rare, valuable, and fascinating coins, don't forget to like, subscribe, and ring the bell so you never miss an episode of. Drop a comment below if you've ever found a 2060 Lincoln Cent, or if you have questions about its value. And remember, every coin has a story, and sometimes a surprise worth more than you think. Thanks for watching, and until next time. Today's spotlight is on a modern marvel, the 2014 United States Ultra Lincoln 1-cent coin, a penny that may seem ordinary, but could be worth way more than just 1 cent. In fact, this little copper beauty could bring you up to $48 in value, or even more, if you have the right one. So buckle up, because we're diving deep into the history, mystery, and money-making magic of the 2014 Lincoln Penny, a coin that proves big things really do come in small packages. Let's go back to the roots of the Lincoln Penny, the most iconic coin in American pocket change. The Lincoln Cent was first introduced in 1909 to commemorate the 100th birthday of President Abraham Lincoln, and it was the first U.S. coin to feature a real person. Over a century later, the Lincoln Cent is still going strong, but in 2014, something truly special happened. The 2014 Lincoln Penny continued the shield reverse design, which was introduced in 2010 to symbolize Lincoln's preservation of the United States as a single, unified nation. The obverse still features the classic right-facing portrait of Abraham Lincoln, originally sculpted by Victor David Brenner, a design that has stood the test of time for more than 100 years. But what makes the 2014 Lincoln Penny stand out among the billions of other pennies in circulation? Why are collectors hunting it down? And why are some of these coins worth as much as $48 or more? The 2014 Lincoln Cent might look common, but some of these coins are far from ordinary. Here's where things get exciting. There are a few things that can turn a regular 2014 penny into a valuable collector's item: coins that have never been circulated, never touched by human hands, and are preserved in absolutely flawless condition, are highly sought after. These are known as MS Mint State coins, and in the case of the 2014 penny, coins graded MS 67 or higher by PCGS or NGC can sell for $40 to $48, sometimes even more depending on demand. Yes, coin errors are like golden tickets for collectors. Some 2014 Lincoln pennies were struck with unique errors like double die obverse DDO. Look closely at Lincoln's eye, the letters Liberty, or the date. If they look slightly doubled, you may have a rare variety off-center strikes. If the coin design isn't perfectly centered, it can add dramatic value. Die cracks, cuds, or clipped planchets. All of these minting mistakes make your penny instantly more desirable to collectors. Some era coins have sold for $20 to $75 or even higher in coin shows and online auctions. Point 3. Satin finish and special strike coins. Collectors also look for special mint sets released in limited numbers, often with a satin or proof-like finish. If you got one of these 2014 pennies from a collector's set or proof set, you might be holding on to something much more valuable than face value. Let's talk numbers. The U.S. Mint produced over 7.9 billion Lincoln cents in 2014. Yes, that's billion with a B, so it's easy to think there's nothing special about them. But here's the truth: out of those billions, only a tiny fraction are in MS 68 condition or have rare mint errors. And it's those coins, the best of the best, that are pulling in $48, $55, and sometimes more on platforms like eBay, heritage auctions, and coin conventions across the country. Now let's look at the current market value of the 2014 Lincoln penny as of today. A standard circulated 2014 penny is still worth 1 cent, but collectors aren't looking for just any penny, they're looking for the perfect ones. Era varieties, DDO, off-center, etc. Depending on the severity and uniqueness, these can sell from $20 to over $100. That's right, one lucky find from your pocket, a roll of pennies from the bank, or an old coin jar could be hiding a hidden gem worth dozens of dollars. So how can you spot a valuable 2014 Lincoln cent? Here are some tips. Look for flawless condition, no scratches, dings, or wear. Use a magnifying glass to check for doubling in the date or letters. Examine the coin's edges and rim. Any oddities might be an error. Consider submitting the coin to PCGS or NGC for professional grading, a small investment that could increase the value dramatically. Also, check the mint mark. Most 2014 pennies were made in Philadelphia. No mint mark in Denver. Mark D. While either mint had limited mintage, condition is king. Why is the 2014 Lincoln cent so attractive to collectors? Simple. It's modern, affordable, accessible, and full of surprises. Unlike older coins that cost hundreds to begin collecting, the 2014 penny gives new collectors a real chance to find something exciting and potentially valuable right in everyday change. Plus, its symbolic design, Lincoln on one side and the shield on the other, tells a powerful story about America's strength and unity. So next time you get change at the store, don't overlook those pennies. That small, shiny coin dated 2014 could be worth much more than you think, especially if it's in perfect shape or holds a mint error. Imagine turning 1 cent into $48 or more, just by knowing what to look for. That's the magic of numismatics. If you enjoyed this deep dive into the 2014 Lincoln penny, smash that like button, subscribe to, and ring the bell so you never miss a hidden gem in your pocket. Change again and tell us in the comments, have you found a valuable Lincoln cent? Share your story below and join the treasure hunt. Until next time. We're diving deep into the incredible story of the 2015 United States Ultra Lincoln 1 cent coin, a tiny treasure with a fascinating history, a sharp modern design, and a market buzz that's making collectors sit up and pay attention. Yes, you heard it right. This small copper-colored penny, often overlooked and left to jingle in pockets, has been turning heads in the coin community. Some versions of this coin are fetching $35 or more in the collector's market today. But why? What makes this modern coin so special? What should you look for in your change? And could you be holding on to a hidden gem worth much more than just a cent? Let's find out. The story of the Lincoln penny dates all the way back to 1909, when the United States Mint introduced a revolutionary new cent coin to honor the 100th birthday of President Abraham Lincoln. It was the first time a real historical figure appeared on an American coin for over a century. Lincoln has remained the face of the 1 cent piece. But in 2015, the coin saw more than just continued circulation. It became the center of attention in numismatic circles for something else ultra versions, proof strikes, and unique minting features that made certain examples incredibly valuable. In 2015, Lincoln cents were minted at 3 locations: Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco. Most were regular circulation strikes, but some special coins, particularly those from San Francisco's mint and select high-grade proof versions, were minted to exacting standards for collectors. These coins feature sharply struck designs, deep mirrored fields, and frosted details, earning them the Ultra designation when graded by top services like PCGS and NGC. And here's where things get really exciting. If you have a 2015 penny in perfect condition, we're talking MS70 or PR70, you could be holding a coin worth $35 or more, depending on the market and demand. Not bad for a coin you might find in your loose change. So, what makes a 2015 Lincoln penny worth more than face value? Here are some must-know features and tips to identify valuable ones. Coins that are uncirculated, shiny, scratch-free, and show nowhere can earn high grades. The top-end condition coins are slabbed and authenticated, and often go for a premium. Look for the S mint mark under the year. These coins were never intended for general circulation, they were made for collectors and have extremely high quality strikes. Some 2015 Lincoln cents may have minting errors like die cracks, double dies, DDO or DDR off-center strikes, or missing design elements. These can drastically increase value. These are proof coins with a mirror-like field and frosted raised elements. If your coin has this stunning contrast and is in perfect shape, you're looking at a coin that could be worth well over $35. You might be asking, why would anyone pay $35 or more for a 2015 penny? The answer lies in a combination of factors: scarcity and top grade, collector demand, and I appeal the collector community values coins that represent pristine condition, historical continuity, and minting excellence. Since most pennies enter circulation immediately, finding one in perfect shape is rare. Moreover, collectors seek to build full sets of Lincoln cents, especially with one example from each year and mint. So, a perfect 2015 example fills a very specific slot in a high-quality collection in auctions and online marketplaces, especially eBay and collector sites. Graded coins from 2015 have been seen selling for $35, $50, even up to $100 if they feature rare mint errors or are in absolute pristine condition. If you want to find your own valuable 2015 Lincoln penny, here are some tips. Check every penny in your change. Yes, even the modern ones use a jeweler's loupe or magnifying glass to spot mint marks and surface quality. Look for proof sets that include 2015 coins. Sometimes people break them up and spend them. Accidentally store your coin in a protective holder or flip to avoid damage. If you think you've found a rare or valuable example, get it graded by PCGS or NGC. That's the key to unlocking its true market value. Now here's the million-dollar question, or should we say, the $35 question. Will the value of the 2015 Lincoln Ultra penny increase over time? Many experts believe it could. As time passes and fewer of these coins remain in top condition, their relative rarity grows. Combine that with the enduring legacy of Abraham Lincoln, the popularity of the Lincoln Cent series, and the rise of digital coin auctions, and you've got a recipe for rising value. So yes, holding on to a flawless 2015 penny could be a smart long-term investment, friends. Don't underestimate the power of the penny, especially not the 2015 Ultra Lincoln 1-cent coin, a small piece of copper and zinc with a huge story to tell. Whether you're a lifelong collector or just getting started, always keep your eyes open. Hidden treasures are out there in your pocket change, bank rolls, and even that dusty coin jar on your shelf. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe to and ring the bell so you never miss a coin story worth gold. Drop a comment below. Do you have a 2015 penny? Have you found one in mint condition? We'd love to hear your stories and discoveries. Thanks for watching, and until next time.